So when you're in sales, the biggest objective that you are aiming for here is to get through what I call the know, like, trust funnel, right? The first thing that anyone has to do, or prospect has to do, is they have to know you, right? After they get to know you, then they have to like you, and then they end up trusting you, right? So and this applies across the board regardless of what you're selling. Now, as you're having discussions and as you're engaging with people, there are things that you can do to kind of disrupt and mess up that funnel. All right, so in this video, I'm not going to focus on everything. I'm going to focus on two statements that are typically made when salespeople are engaging with the prospect that can disrupt that funnel. Now, the first statement that's made very often is, I'm going to be honest. Whenever you say, I'm going to be honest, what you're doing is you're prompting that person, and this is pseudo subconscious. You're prompting that person to say, hey, I'm putting a flag up. What I'm about to say after this statement of I'll be honest is what you should classify as honest. Everything else I didn't say, so I don't know, right? And I'm not saying that it's that basic, right? But it is to an extent. It's one of these things where you just have to make sure that your nervousness isn't saying things that's going to put red flags on everything else that you've been using to be able to build that trust. Now, I use the I'll be honest statement when I'm about to say something that is totally maybe not in my favor, right? Like let's say I'm having a discussion with someone and there's a point that I want to make and it goes against my selling proposition. If I say something like, I'll be honest, that feature with that competitor is actually really cool. Like, now all of a sudden, think about this, right? If you think about what happened after the I'll be honest statement, it doesn't align with what you're trying to use as a sales proposition, but it does align with your trust funnel. If I'm able to be like honest in that respect, and I'm able to say, hey, like, that's actually really cool. What typically happens, and this happens a lot, I've seen this happen many times. What will typically happen is that person or that prospect will say, you know what, that was actually in line with how I was thinking. Now that you say it though, like, I don't even think that's a feature I would use that much. You're right though, but I don't even think I would use that much. And all of a sudden, you could have thought that would be something that would destroy your deal, but it's something that helped you build your trust, right? Now, again, the whole I'll be honest thing is just one out of the many things that you can say that could disrupt that trust funnel. Don't say it. The other thing that a lot of salespeople say is, I don't normally do this. And then they'll lead into a statement of, you know what, let me see if I could work a deal for you. I'm telling you now, if you're in a business where people, like, you're dealing with savvy consumers, like, these are individuals that are purchasing, tech software. They're purchasing applications, devices, hardware. These are individuals, when they're hearing certain things, they understand the business enough to know that you're not sitting here treating me special, right? Like, you're going to do this to make a deal, right? So don't say it. If you say it, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in this position where, like, you're just like every other salesperson, which is trying to do whatever they have to do, say whatever they have to say to make a deal. The more honest you are, just across the board, the more transparent you are across the board, the more solutions focused you are and solution centric you are across the board, the more consultative you are across the board, that's going to help you with landing deals and getting people to want to go through that trust funnel, that know, like, trust journey with you versus others. Just stay away from those statements. Stay away from those like, I'll be honest. it it does more damage than it does good. It's a I feel like it's a nervous response that a lot of salespeople tend to make. And again, that other statement around, I don't normally do this. They know you normally do this. They know. All right. Don't say that either. If anything, even if you were to say it a little bit differently, if you were to say, you know what, I like you. The reason why I think this deal is like us working together would be mutually beneficial is because of boom, boom, boom. It's because of A, B, and C. If you can articulate different points that makes this deal special, that's what amplifies their thought or their perception on why you would do whatever you have to do to make this deal land. So I have so much more, but I just wanted to highlight that because I have seen on social media and in a few meetings, I've seen a few people use these tactics, and being on the other side of it and being on both sides of it, it doesn't help. All right, stay away from those statements. Happy selling.